Case Study on Portable Pocket Helpdesk.
Our business goal is to enable the customers for reaching the customer support on the go.
For that, we need a CRM system to be stronger and efficient so that the customers can seamlessly and comfortably reach out to the support staff.
And the solution that we see is building a white-labeled portable help desk,
such that it can be easily integrated within any service or application.
We begin by deriving a solution through product research and design process.
The process begins with discover stage, passing through researching, understanding, and finally designing the solution.
As part of discovery stage, we ask, brainstorm, and analyze the initial inputs.
We ask lots of questions to the business stakeholders, as well as the potential users who we think will be using our application.
These questions help us engage the stakeholders and users to understand their perceptions and even their difficulties.
You see, it's very important for us to know what our customers and users think before we can even start working on the solution.
Once we gather the answers, we segregate them so that we can further brainstorm over them within the team.
The team comprises of individuals involved in building the end-to-end solution. They include, but not limited to, business analysts, product managers, UX architects, UX designers, technical architects, DevOps engineers, developers, QA professionals, and many more.
We discuss every aspect involved in effective product design.
Post the exercise of brainstorming, we gather all the pointers that we discussed and further analyze them.
We touch upon the various crucial analytical data that we obtained from the business stakeholders. These data comprise of vital parameters.
These parameters help us determine the users, their preferences, and even whether they need special assistance for enabling them to use the service.
You see, it is very important that we cover each and every user, even when they might be specially abled and need specialized assistive technology to help them use our services.
On concluding the discovery phase, we are now equipped with sufficient inputs for the research phase.
We begin with defining the user persona.
Now, these persona are not to be confused with user roles. We have determined two types of users: the business users and the consumers.
The business users are from the CRM and customer support team.
Based on the nature of their work, their personalities, and other traits, we have identified 4 different persona for business users.
I am constantly busy and rarely have time to use my laptop. I prefer to use my smartphone and tablet for most of my work. Rest, I have my delegates to work on my behalf.
I am Twilight Sparkle. I work as a support executive. I really get pissed off when something pops up from my desk, which is not supposed to be my cup of tea. So, don't ask me to fix something which I am not supposed to do.
I am Mary Jane. I work as a support supervisor. Look, I am totally busy during rush hours amidst the heap of unassigned tickets. What makes me lose my patience are those scattered, unorganized and scrambled tickets.
I am Tom Andrews from the admin staff. Work-life balance is something which is of most importance for me. So, don't waste my time on complicated configurations. I am not here to solve giant jigsaws.
Now let's have a look at the consumer persona. They are the end users who will be using the services.
We have identified 4 totally distinct personalities.
My name is Steve Parker. I am a student. But don't assume that I have plenty of free time to hang around. If you think that you can waste my time by asking same questions in different forms over and over, just get lost.
I am Rena Anderson, a student. But, not like those average bookworms, I am known as the best in town choreographer by my fans. So, you see, I don't have time for your excuses. Don't keep me waiting.
Hey. I am Rebecca Petherick, and I am a homemaker, but don't think that I spend my time watching daily soaps. When I am not busy with my daily chores, I am taking care of my neighborhood community. Patience is what defines me. But don't you try to test its limit.
My name is Jake Duffy. I am a musician. Unfortunately, I had lost my vision when I was a kid. So, you see? Don't bug me to fill painstakingly huge forms. Give me something easy and convenient for me to ask for help.
So now that we have interacted with our users,
Let's step into their shoes.
based on the interactions, we come across these pain points of our business users.
Right from shortage of time, unorganized data to complicated interfaces, our users ask for peace of mind.
These business hurdles further impact the consumer's experience, as these business users are responsible for providing service to the consumers.
The consumers whom we interacted with had one point in common. They hate longer waiting periods for having their issues resolved.
Apart from longer waiting periods, they also have concerns regarding the way they are asked to clarify their issues. And not to forget, there are consumers needing special accessibility assistance.
Now, since we have gathered enough data through discovery and research, it's time now to settle down and understand them.
We now try to understand the pain points and derive a solution for the users. For Bruce, we need to provide mobile-compatible dashboards and report. He will also need an efficient delegation workflow.
Twilight has a problem to deal with irrelevant tickets that have been assigned to her by Mary, who can be helped if we provide her assistance through artificial intelligence and machine learning solution.
We can help Tom by simplifying the complicated configurations needed for his work.
Let's now also try to solve the problems of consumers.
Steve, Rena, and Rebecca, all the three, have one problem in common, that is, frustration due to prolonged waiting periods.
For that, we need to simplify the user interfaces and also optimize the SLA.
Jake needs to be enabled with assistive technology and accessibility features.
Having derived the solutions, let's now derive a high-level feature map that will help identify the functionalities that we need to incorporate in this application.
This feature map will be further subject to brainstorming with all the audiences with whom we had brainstormed during the initial phases.
Post-brainstorming, this feature map will be further extended with more refined features based on feasibility analysis and affirmation from the business stakeholders.
Every user interface needs an interaction flow to be defined before it can be designed. These interaction flows define the journey that the user will pass through while interacting and navigating through the interfaces.
In this example, we are showing the simplified interaction flows for users to raise support ticket. If you notice, there are two ways of performing the same task.
One way to do it is through a page on Knowledge Base, while the other way to do it is through Virtual Assistant. Again, these flows are subject to brainstorming.
But how would Jake, who is visually challenged, be able to raise ticket through these journeys?
For Jake, we have defined a journey to raise issues through a voice-assistive technology.
Oh, yes. Jake can use the voice assistance feature of the virtual assistant for raising tickets through his speech.
But these are just the examples of how interaction flows are defined. We now need to define the interaction flows for all other interactions, even before we can start designing the interfaces.
Once we are through with our understanding of the system and the interactions, it's now time to design the interfaces.
But the most important point to be remembered is that you should not start with the visual aesthetics right away. The ideal way to begin is designing the low-fidelity wireframes, which are then brainstormed and even tested for usability by the users before finalizing the designs.
These finalized wireframes are then used as baselines for building the actual, aesthetically rich visual designs.
Before the visual designs can be built, an entire design system, based on the brand guidelines, need to be defined. This design system incorporates the design elements and the component library, which is later used for building the user interfaces by the developers.